clearly you looking like a ray of sunshine tonight. How are you this evening?
I am amazing, Miss D. You see, when we have a business where you can work it from anywhere, and I spent the day on the beach today, I am glowing from this amazing opportunity and cannot wait to share it with our guests tonight.
Take it away. You sure are glowing. I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much. Well, great evening, ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, thank you so much for taking some time out to spend with us on this thriving Thursday evening. As Miss D says, my name is Emma J. Regis, and I do reside in the beautiful paradise island of Tobago. And listen, I just love what I do, right? And my energy, as you can see, is because, listen, my life is about fun. I've got two kids, and having kids and multiple businesses and being a wife can be a lot. But it's all about how you make it work, right? And this business opportunity you're about to hear about is what gives me the glow and the buzz. Why? Because I am able to work it in the pockets of my time, right? I am not working against the clock. No longer am I having someone dictate to me how many hours I've got to work, what time I've got to come to work, how much they're paying me. If my children are sick, oh, I've got to take that time off unpaid. No. You see, 3 years ago, I was introduced to this opportunity that allowed me to be able to design my ideal life. Now, I am nowhere near where I want to be as yet, but one thing I can tell you is that I'm nowhere near where I used to be. Why? Because I have been given freedom, personal, time, and financial freedom, being able to design my ideal life. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You are going to be able to do exactly that too. So, before we start, I want you to understand you just need to have will and commitment, right? Now, you are going to learn about how you can earn more, travel more, and experience more. You see, because in this business opportunity, it's about building a network, right? Embracing and empowering yourself and others. And it's an unlimited income opportunity. So there's no ceiling, there's no cap. Right. In addition to that, you are also able to benefit from e-commerce. Well, what does that mean? You can work from anywhere, anytime, your place, your time. Why? Because there's no contracts, there's no quotas. All you need is a good device and Wi-Fi. In addition to that, you are also going to be able to become a travel business owner, ladies and gentlemen, earning travel commissions, but also learning the secrets of a travel professional. So you're probably wondering, well, who are we? And I am so glad that you've asked because we are Planet Marketing. We are a company that is managed as a business should be. Now, the gentleman you see to the right of the screen is Mr. Donald Bradley. He is the Planet Marketing CEO, founder, and visionary because he's the gentleman who had the vision behind this amazing vehicle. You see, Mr. Bradley's always said that he wants persons with ordinary lives to be able to have extraordinary lives, persons just like you and I, right? So, literally, it's a level playing field for everybody. As I said, you just need to have that will and commitment. Now, Planet Marketing is based in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a 10-year-old company with solid company leadership, and we have reps in over 20 countries. Now, to date, ladies and gentlemen, we have paid out over 370 million in commissions. And let me draw your attention to Mr. Dwayne Van Zyl. He is the Planet Marketing President. Now, he has over 20 years of marketing, sales, and leadership experience. And then we go across to Miss Leanne Treckler, who's our COO. And she too also has over 20 years experience in management and administration. So together they ensure that the planet is run how it's supposed to be and we are paid on time and sometimes before time. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, if it's a marketing company, what's your product? Ladies and gentlemen, our product is in one of the largest and sexiest industries of the world, which is travel. And IntelliTravel is our home agency. We call it home agency. Why? Because it's not a platform, it's your four walls with all your essentials that you need to be successful. Again, you just need that will and commitment. So, Mr. James Ferrara to the right of the screen, that is the IntelliTravel CEO. This is a gentleman who went before Congress years ago to allow us to run our home-based business. IntelliTravel is based in Delray Beach, Florida, and it's the leading innovator in travel with over 35 years of experience. And you're probably wondering, well, what is the partnership? How does the two companies work? And it's a great question. So 10 years ago, there was an exclusive partnership between IntelliTravel and Planet Marketing. So it's simple. We sell travel and Planet sells us. That's it, nothing hidden. So to date, ladies and gentlemen, we have done 6.5 billion in travel bookings to date. Amazing. So if you've been booking travel, trust me, you've been leaving money on the table. And ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the industry awards and recognitions and slide across. So you see where you see that Magellan Award? That's like the Grammys of awards in travel. And we haven't won it once, we've won it multiple times. Why? Because we've got certifications and accreditations from the CLIA, which is the Cruise Line International Association, to the BBB, which is the Better Business Bureau. Why? Because we are recognized for excellence. So let me ask you guys a question. And this is an interactive Zoom, remember? So pop it in the chat. How many of you knew that commissions are already built inside of your travel bookings? And for all those of you that saying, well, I actually book with a travel agent, well, that's me, and I'm keeping your money, right? Or I go and I book with a online, booking.com, Travelocity, they keep your money. And if you go direct to the supplier, they keep your money, right? So we're saying to you, guess what? You can put yourself in the way of what you're going to do anyway. Start to enjoy the infinite possibilities as a travel business owner. Why not earn 70 to 80% of commissions? Because that's what's in it for you. You'd also get a fully fledged at-home agency. You'd receive your state-of-the-art booking portal. You get partnered with every major supplier worldwide. And why is that huge? Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, you are booking travel as a consumer. But once you're on the inside, you'll then be booking travel as a merchant. You'd also have your own payment gateway, your customer management software. And again, you're saying, Emma, well, what sort of trips can I book? Please put in the chat everything. Ladies and gentlemen, you can book anything and everything named travel, entertainment, and sports and earn a commission. So that's from group cruises, corporate and church retreats, fraternities, sororities, guys' trips, girls' trips, divorce trips, honeymoon trips, you name it, there is a commission that is tied to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a full turnkey business. As I said before, you get your customer service and support, your on-demand training, your on-demand agent training modules. What does that mean for you? You can do this anywhere, anytime. I told you I worked from the beach today, right? I literally had my phone, my notepad, and my business was up and running, and I still had fun. You have access to all the major suppliers worldwide, right? So you don't have to go out and figure it out. No, we do everything for you. We provide everything for you. You get all your sales and marketing material. And just slide across to that dashboard where you see welcome back. Well, the only thing that's missing from there is simply your name, because that is what your site would look like. That is what your dashboard would look like when you come into the business. And again, Emma, what do I have access to? Everything: cruises, resorts, travel insurance, vacation packages, car rentals, airline tickets, anything that's a package, travel and entertainment, sports, there is a commission that is tied to it. So let me ask you guys. People say to me, Emma, why travel? Why now? And I turn it right back to them and say, well, why not travel and why not now? Let's break down the facts, right? Travel is actually an $11.5 trillion industry projected to hit 15 trillion. It is also the #1 research category online between the hours of 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever it is when you should be working, you are looking for that next bargain trip, right? And let's break it down to actually see who is out there booking all this travel. So we've got our baby boomers, and they are fueling the growth with approximately $2.5 trillion annual spend. And then we go across to our Generation X's. But they like that quality over quantity, maintaining that work-life balance. And their annual spend is approximately $3 trillion annually. But then we go across to millennials. That's my crew. Because guess what? We're spending approximately $4 trillion annually. But we are being booted out the way with our Gen Z, our current generation. These are our leisure travelers, right? Our digital generation, our jet setters, they love to mix business and leisure. And so far, approximately, they're spending at 1.5 trillion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at the trend. Travel isn't going anywhere except for going up. So, how would you, ladies and gents, like to turn your mobile phone into an ATM and get paid on what persons are going to do anyway? Because let's face it, almost everyone you know is either traveling, has a desire to travel, or is looking for a plan B. So, why not just make it happen for them? So you're probably wondering, well, how much can I earn? I've heard enough, Emma. All right, I know about the companies. Right, give me some live examples. And guess what? We always come prepared. So here's a few industry examples. So know any frequent business travelers? Now, this frequent traveler goes to your portal and books a 3-night hotel stay 3 times a month. As I said, they've gone to your portal, but guess what? You haven't done anything, and you have received a commission check of over $151. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all of the currency that we are speaking about tonight is in US currency. Why? Because both companies are in America. Now, tell me, would 151 US dollars for something you didn't actually do, would that not take a bit or two off the table? Here's another example. So, any sports fanatics out there, right? Perhaps any golfers. And why we choose golfers? Why? Because golfers like to golf in groups. So, imagine you get a request for a 5-day golf trip for a group of 4 golfing in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, this may take you 35 minutes, maybe an hour tops to put together the whole thing. But guess what? That time will give you in return a commission check of over 270 US dollars. Again, would that not take a bill or two off the table for you? But perhaps you know somebody who's getting married and those wedding bells are chiming, and maybe even might be you yourself. Because the beauty of this is you are able to earn commissions on travel you book for yourself too. So you go ahead and you do a 7-day honeymoon in Cancun, all-inclusive resort complete with butler service. Now, the beauty is you can get the help of our suppliers to put the package together. And even if you were to do it for yourself, it may take about, 45 minutes, maybe an hour max. But would that not be worth a commission check in return of over 560 US dollars, right? For something that you were going to do anyway, but why not just get paid for it? It makes sense. But the next example is my favorite, you see, because as a Royal Caribbean cruise specialist, because of this amazing opportunity, I understand and appreciate that people love to cruise. Why? Because, there's multiple destinations, one vacation, everything's on a ship, and you can never, ever, ever get tired of a cruise ship, right? So I get a request to book a 5-day group trip, 20 cabins on a Western Caribbean cruise. Now, I understand with groups, guess what? You may have Uncle Bob who's not happy, Aunt Bertle, she ain't happy, Cousin Rava, they're not happy, but that's not my problem. My problem is to book the trip. I've gone to the supplier, they've helped me, I've booked my cabins, I've set up my payment plan, and guess what? I have been compensated with a commission check of over 2,200 US dollars for something that took an hour of my time that I was going to do anyway, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, understand it simply makes sense and notice the trend, right? It starts off small and it goes higher and higher and higher. So here, ladies and gentlemen, we love to have fun learning as we are, right? And here you are able to educate yourself by experiencing things from a client's perspective, right? You are able to show clients on our fam trips, our exclusive IntelliTrips, what the sites are like. You are also then able to become better educated on travel vendors and industry products. And you see down the bottom where you've got Dream Maker, Vacation Builder, and Travel Genius. Well, here you're able to advance your way through every level of certification and position yourself for increased earnings. You see, our classrooms aren't those sticky boardrooms. Where we go, we have fun, we learn, we earn, and sometimes we even come back qualified. So we did a trip to Negril, Jamaica. It was 3 nights, 4 days, all inclusive at an adults only resort. But ladies and gentlemen, this was an IntelliTrip for us to get our wellness travel certification. Now, we paid a total of 499 US dollars per person for 4 days, 3 nights and came back certified. Now, here's another example for you. Now, we did the same 3 nights, 4 days, but we went to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And this time he stayed at a 5-star diamond resort, all-inclusive, adults only, but it was for our luxury travel advisor certification. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the price we paid for this was $720 per person, not per night. Because you know something, you wouldn't even be able to get one night in these accommodations, let alone 3 for those prices and come back certified. So it simply makes sense. So as with any business, everyone sits back and think business risk, right? It's always the way. We have taken care of that because we do understand that people will start to panic and say, oh, what are the risks? Well, we have risk-free guarantees. These are called our IntelliTrust guarantees. Now, the first one is our best travel price guarantee. So you join the business and then you do a booking for someone and they go away within the first 7 days and they see it cheaper somewhere else. They come back to you. Now, in the event that we are unable to meet or beat the price, because we do offer price match, IntelliTravel will offer your client 110% of the difference back in IntelliBucks credits to use towards their next vacation booking with yourself. The second one is our no questions asked 100% money back guarantee. And ladies and gentlemen, it's exactly that. We say, come in, try the business for 29 days, lift the hood, kick the tires, do some bookings, join our suppliers, right? See what our training's like, go to our university. But if for any reason you decide that this is not for you, you can cancel within your first 29 days and get all of your monies back, no questions asked. Now, the third one is my favorite because it's called our unique profit guarantee. And as a business owner and entrepreneur, I understand and appreciate, guess what? 29 days, that's no time to really try a business. So Mr. Ferrara says, come in and try the business for 12 months. And if within that time you do not make or save what you have invested, guess what? The company will cut you a check for the difference and you still get to keep your business. Who does that? We do that. Why? Because we know that it works. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to thank you so much for giving me your undivided attention through the first half of tonight's presentation. You see, we visit 2 places regularly, and you just went to one of them with me. That was the beach. Now, I'm about to bring before you a powerhouse who is about to take you to the bank. Why? Because she has already cashed in and she has already bagged her legacy. Now, this lady resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. She is what we call a 1-star director in this amazing opportunity. She's in the top 1% of leaders in this whole business opportunity. She's also part of the prestigious 40/40 Club, signifying that she has helped a minimum of 40 families personally to change their lives. But we all know that it's way more than that. She has a team in over 17 countries, a team of well over 100 persons. This lady leads from the front, loves to travel. We call her the intentional change agent because you know something? She helps people with intent and success leaves clues. And that is this lady. Now, she retired 2 years ago. However, she retired with a plan. She retired as a vice president of Wells Fargo Bank, but she knew that there was more to life than just retirement and staying at home. Now, I'm not going to give her story away. Before further ado, I'm going to bring before you my coach and my mentor, Miss Donna Rees. Donna, have you made it to the line?
Here, Emma J, can you see and hear me clearly?
I certainly can. Welcome back, Queen. Now take our people to the bank.
Thank you so much again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. As Emma J said, I am Donna Reeves, as you already know, and I spent 45 years in the financial services arena, 19 as a vice president for Wells Fargo Bank. Many people ask me, Donna, why did you do this business? I've been doing it for 9 years when you already had a successful career. And the answer is simple. I never want anyone to be in control of my wealth or put a cap on how much I can make for myself or my family. You see, tonight, we're going to talk about building a network, not just empowering yourself, but empowering others. This is about helping others. And we're going to show you how to do that through leverage and residual income. You see, my favorite uncle, that's Warren Buffett, he says never rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. He didn't say go out and get a second and third job, because 2 and 3 jobs are for 2 and 3 people. He said create a second source. And tonight I'm going to share with you how to create a second source. Now, the first we're going to talk about is leverage income. And I know most people say, I'm not a salesperson. But actually, we all are. We are referral salespeople. What about that shoe sale, ladies, that you saw last week at Neiman Marcus and you went crazy, right? What about that restaurant that you ate at that the food was so good that you called all your family and friends later? Gentlemen, that barber that gives you the cut that every time you walk down the street, they want to know who your barber is. Well, that is referring people to businesses you don't own. And you are not being compensated by those businesses for those referrals. Well, you see here, it is totally different. Every time somebody sees this opportunity of becoming an independent travel agency owner and they lock arms with you, you are going to start out getting a $50 direct sale. Now, I know, don't hang up. I'm not here to talk about $50. I'm here to talk about much, much more. You see, when that person does the same thing that you did, sharing the information about what we all do every day in some capacity, and they lock arms with somebody, they're going to get the $50 direct sale. But you, the person that shared this opportunity with them, is going to get a 50% check match. If they do 500 this week, you're getting 250. If they do 5,000 this week, you're getting 2,500. If they do a fortune this week, guess what? You're getting half a fortune. And in addition, you will earn $10 team bonuses that start at 10 and go all the way up to $60 once you hit the level of Gold Builder. Now look at the bottom of the screen where it says there's no limits on direct sales, matches, or team bonuses. Upfront commissions are paid weekly. That's with 2 E's, no A. The commissions here are not weak. And guess what? Our commission payday, at least one of them, is every single Thursday. So for all the business partners on the line today was one of our paydays. Now, Mr. Bradley loves sports, and he mirrored this program off of the Olympics. So when 3 people lock arms with you as independent travel agents, you're a bronze builder. 3 more, total of 6, you're a silver builder. 3 more, total of 9, you are a gold builder. Now, just like the Olympics, you train hard. You don't go to the Olympics to be a bronze gold medalist, a bronze medalist or a silver medalist. You are running for gold so that you can stand on the top of that podium representing your country, proud that you are coming home with that gold medal. Well, you see here, when you become a gold builder, which means that 9 people want to do exactly what you do, 3 additional streams of income kick in. The first is that $10 team bonus. So instead of getting 50 on the direct sale, you're getting 60. That 50% check match goes from 25 to 35. In addition, you are going to get a 10% match on all of your personal ITA's travel commissions. So you remember that cruise that Emma J talked about, where she got paid $2,200 for booking 20 cabins? Well, she got paid that because she booked it. But if you were the gold builder that brought her into the business, the company is going to pay you 10% of that, or $220. You don't know Emma J booked the cruise. You don't know who was on the cruise. nor who was doing the cha-cha slide on the Lido deck, and nor do you care. But what you do know is that $220 dropped into your bank account or on your international debit card. And then in addition, you will get 10% match on your personal reps matrix commissions. You see, every person that joins this business on the marketing side, which gives you the ability to sell travel agency franchises, has a matrix. And we're going to talk about that on the next slide coming up. It is a 3x9 team build matrix. Now, this is where the residual component kicks in. And I love residual. You know, do something once and get paid over and over and over again for it. I love to use the example of one of the greatest entertainers of all time, Michael Jackson. He's been gone for decades, but every single time his music is played, his estate earns residual income off of something that he did once. This is a 3x9 team build matrix. This is our residual component. And pay close attention to team, because you are not doing it alone. Now go over and take a look at where it says level. And down at level 2, there is a lock. And if you notice, it's unlocked. When two people lock arms with you and become independent travel agents, it unlocks your matrix. And what happens then is the following month, you begin to earn $4 per active agency within your organization, whether you brought them in or not. So the bronze builder, you've locked arms with 27 seats on that level or agencies. That's going to give you approximately $156. Silver, you have locked arms with 6, but there's 729 seats there. Multiply by 4, it's 4,368. Now, if you were the person that earned that 4,368, but the gold builder that brought you in is going to get 10% of that, or $436.80. Not from your commissions, but directly from the company. But we're not stopping there. Remember, we're running for gold. You've locked arms with 9 independent travel agents. There are 19,683 agency seats on that level. If you add up all of those active agency seats, it is over 29,000 seats. Multiply that by 4, and it is over $118,000. And before you say, really? Yes, really. There are numerous people within our organization making over $100,000 on the $4 bill. This $4 bill commission is paid the 10th of every month, and I believe that's Mother's Day. So once you become a gold builder, it opens up the gates for you to become a director. So let's look at a couple examples here. 1-star director, you and your team have grown to 100 agencies. Remember, you're only responsible for 9. 100 times 4 is $400. You're going to get that on the 10th of the month. But on the 1st of the month is when your director bonus kicks in, and that is $500. In addition, you're going to get another $10 team bonus. So you are going to make on each sale, you are going to make 70 on the direct sale, and then that 50% check match is 45. Now, I want you to go over and look in the gray box, second bullet down. It says 1-star directors receive 1,000 monthly income guaranteed from all sources. At the end of each month, the system is going to look, and if it sees, oh, Emma J only made $800 this month, the company is going to give you the difference of 200. 700, they're going to give you the difference of 3. No director will make less than $1,000 each and every month. Let's slide down to the 5-star director. You and your team have grown to 4,000 agencies. You know what I'm going to do. 4 times 4 is $16,000 you're getting on the 10th of the month. But that director bonus that kicks in on the 1st is $10,000. Now, that level is where that $10 team bonus caps off. So you're going to make 110 on direct sale there. Your 50% check match will be 85. But that $10 to $60 is always going to flow through your organization on every single sale. What does that mean? If a sale is made, 10 to additional $60 is being paid out each and every transaction. Now, I want you to come down to the 7-star director because we just crowned one in February. She's got a team minimum of 25,000 agents. And this young lady is out of the United Kingdom and has only been doing this 6 years. 25,000 times that $4 bill is $100,000. But on the first of the month, her director bonus is $30,000. That's $130,000. But I can tell you, she has a team of over 30,000. This young lady is making over 167,000 US dollars per month, which makes her a multi-millionaire. Currently, we have no 8, 9, or 10-star director. Now, this is our presidential ring and Rolex program. This comes directly from the heart of Mr. Bradley, not from the company. You see, when you start earning $8,333 per month, $100,000 annually, he's going to bless you with a sapphire ring. $20,833 per month, which is $250,000, he's going to bless you with the ruby ring. $41,666 per month, he is going to bless you with the diamond ring, and you're going to be bringing in $500,000 annually. And I don't know anyone that doesn't like diamonds. And then $83,333 per month. It's $1 million annually. You will get the double diamond ring. We have too many recipients of sapphire, ruby, and diamond, but I can tell you right now, currently we have 8 millionaires, and we are about to pop the 9th. And then also, when you become a 5-star director, he is going to bless you with a diamond studded Rolex timepiece. Now, would I buy that for myself? No, I'd rather travel. But if Mr. Bradley's going to bless me with a Rolex, I am going to accept it graciously. Now, this is our income disclosure statement. You know, many people say, is this legit? Yes. Here in the United States, and I know we have numerous countries on the line tonight, we pay taxes on every penny we make over $600. So let's roll down to that gold builder that puts in about 15 hours per week, little part-time gig for them. There was one last year that made over $655,000. If we come down to the 6-star director, because we hadn't crowned the 7-star yet, they're averaging $1 million. Now, this income disclosure statement is only for Planet Marketing, right? Which pays out about $6.5 million per month. IntelliTravel pays out about the same as well. But this particular income disclosure statement is only for Planet Marketing. The typing is little here, so if you want to see this up close and personal, please get back to the person that invited you. So if you've listened to nothing that Emma J has said, nor I, please pay close attention to this slide. It is the Planet Marketing Pledge, and this is exactly why I planted my flag here 9 years ago, and I'm going to read it verbatim. As a Planet Marketing Director, feel secure in knowing that in the event of your death, the Planet business you've built will outlast you. Your family will still receive your Planet Marketing weekly commissions, director pay, director bonuses, and monthly residual income. You see, when I became a director, I immediately got legal documents in the mail saying to me, Donna, who do you want to leave your money to? I'm not married. I have no children. I am leaving my money to my 3 siblings and my 2 favorite nieces. If I die tonight, all of the money that I make on a weekly and monthly basis will be divided equally between them for the rest of their lives. But guess what? When they die, it passes to their benefactors. And when they die, it passes to theirs. That's the legacy. Now, why is this so critical and important to me? As I said, I spent 45 years in the financial services arena, 19 as a vice president for Wells Fargo Bank. When I retired June of 2024, did they give me a pledge? Did they give me a legacy? Absolutely not. They gave me a $150 gift card and a plaque. After all those years of service and all the money that I made for them, I was only worthy of $150. This is why it's so important to be in control of your financial future. Now, this is a turnkey business. You're going to get valuable tools, system, and support. You'll get 2 websites, marketing and travel. You'll get 2 mobile apps, marketing and travel. All of your training is going to be offered to you, whether going somewhere, which you don't have to. You can do everything from the comfort of your home through Zooms, webinars from our suppliers and trainers. But our most important event, our Super Bowl, each and every year is our international convention. This year it is September 10th through the 12th in the largest Marriott in the world in Orlando, Florida. And it's called Unstoppable. And we are, because we make no excuses. We have no fear and we have no limits because we know exactly what we have our hands on, and we are trying to bless the rest of the world with it as well. Now, you're saying, how do I start? I was ready to start when Emma J said that I could make over $2,200 booking a cruise. Well, price is what you pay, value is what you get. No, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a typo on the screen. It is a one-time fee of $199.90 US, $19.95 goes to Planet Marketing, $179.95 goes to IntelliTravel. That equals the $199.90. Then 30 days later, as Emma J said, because you're going to have 29 to decide whether or not you want to do this, your overhead to run your business kicks in. Every business has overhead. And that with the mobile app will be $64.95. So I just want to run through real quick what that looks like because I see we have numerous countries on the line tonight. So you see what it is for US, Trinidad and Tobago, it is 1,400 TT one time. Your overhead is $440 starting 30 days later. United Kingdom, 156 pounds one time, 46 pounds 30 days later. Jamaica, approximately 31,000 one time. Your monthly overhead, 10,169. Barbados, 404 one time. Your overhead, 130. Belize, 401 one time. Your overhead, 130. St. Kitts and Nevis, 541 one time, and your overhead is 180. If there are any other countries on the line tonight, please raise your hand and I will let you know how much it is in your country. Now, we normally have 3 different types of people that join us in these Zooms, and all I'm going to say to you tonight is get mad, make a decision. You see, number 3 say, you know what, I honored the invite of someone, but this isn't for me. I don't like to travel. I don't want to travel. I don't want to bless other people with travel agency franchises. No, thank you. And we just say thank you so much for honoring the invite. But when you're ready to book that Beyonce concert or whoever your best entertainer is, or you want to go on that cruise, or you want to rent a car, or you want to go on a train, get back to them. Let them book that for you. Number 2, say, this looks good, Donna and Emma J, but I have some questions. Stay on the line. We're going to answer all of your questions tonight. And number 1, say, Donna, I was ready to go. I told you. How do I get started? We're going to share that with you as well. You see, we want you to start your journey of success. And guess what? You've already taken the first step. The first step was joining us here tonight. But the beautiful thing about this business is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So the other thousands and thousands and thousands of miles you will go, you will be right there with all of us traveling that journey with you. So on behalf of Desdra, Andre, Leota, Cassetta, Jessica, Latricia, Emma J, Chris, and myself, we want to welcome you to the best place on the planet. I'm going to bring back up my co-hosts, and we are going to answer all of your questions. You can either type it in the chat box or you can come off mute and we will answer your question. One of the things I want to say to you, and I said it in the beginning, is don't leave tonight with a question and then go ask someone that knows nothing about the industry to help you make an educated decision about your financial future. Ask all your questions. Go do your due diligence. And then, if this is something that you feel is good for you and your family, then we are ready to get you started in making money off of something that every single one of us do all the time. So, Emma J, if you can look in the chat box and see if there are any questions. And if not, I'm going to hit on a couple things that I know are always asked.
All right, Miss D, well, there are no questions currently. So yeah, go ahead and hit, and hopefully we'll have some questions flowing in.
All right. Well, one of the things that I do want to hit, and it's normally for our international business partners, doesn't hit us as hard here in the United States. And you say, this looks like a pyramid scheme. This does not look legal. And I know for many people, because they got caught up in the susu, the flower, or the giving tree, which goes like this: Emma J, give me $500, and I promise you in 5 weeks, I am going to give you 5,000. It's illegal. Money promised for money. You see, I can't promise Emma J $5,000 because the money is coming from other people that were duped into thinking giving cash was going to yield them in 5 weeks, 5 grand. Absolutely illegal. And I know internationally, it's not, when the people get caught, it's not just the person that started it, it's the people that invested in it also, that are going away. We don't want you to have that to happen to you. So if anybody ever comes to you and offers you money for money, run. Put your sneakers on and run in the opposite direction as fast as you can. What makes this different? We have a product and we have a service. Our product is travel. Our service is we sell travel agency franchises. Furthermore, as I said, here in the United States, we have to pay taxes on all of this money. International guests on the line, lucky you, because you get all this money clear and free. But here we have to pay our government. So I don't know any scammer that reports income to their government to ensure that they have to pay taxes on that money. It just doesn't happen. But if you don't even believe that, I'm going to give you two other reasons. Vice president for Wells Fargo Bank. Literally everything that I did outside of that position had to be vetted, right? So this had to be vetted. I sit on two nonprofit boards, legitimate nonprofit boards that had to be vetted by Wells Fargo for me to be a part of them, which I still sit on the board, right? So that's the other thing. The third is, if this is a scam, I'm going to tell you who is in this scam with us. Carnival Cruise, MSC Cruises, Royal Caribbean, Avis Rent-A-Car, Hertz Rent-A-Car, Ritz-Carlton, Holiday Inn, Hilton, Marriott. I could go on and on and on and on. Those are our suppliers. We are selling their inventory. So if we're scamming, all of who you travel with and who you book through today, no matter how you book with them, they're in the scam with us. This is not a scam. This is a legitimate business. There's no company that would have been around 35 years doing it illegally and reporting that illegal income to the IRS. So I hope that clears up any doubts that you have that this is not a legitimate business, because I wouldn't be involved in it if it was not legit. Any questions out there, Emma J?
No, Miss D, it's a very quiet bunch tonight.
Well, we must have done an amazing job, but I'm going to ask you a question. Because many people get involved in businesses, right? Especially home-based businesses, and they're like, yeah, Donna signed me up. I haven't seen Donna in about 5 years. She sign me into the system. I don't see her. I don't know what happened to her. Talk about the culture here and how we help in this culture so that all of us can be successful.
I love the question, Misty. I think that's one of the biggest thing that's really drawn me to this business opportunity. You see, because ladies and gentlemen, we tell you, yes, when you join, you get this. But we don't tell you about the priceless things that you get, right? And the culture is one of those priceless things because you come into a culture of like-minded people all on the same journey, right? Which is to freedom. And it's all about helping one another. So you'll sign up, say, for example, you sign up today, automatically you're welcome to the family, to all of our groups, Facebook, WhatsApp. Who your sponsor is. You'd also know who your upline is, right? Because if they didn't do your registration, you got a welcome call scheduled. It's a proper process. So it's a smooth transition. Listen, starting a business can be very, very overwhelming, especially with the exactly reasons what Miss Donna just said. Okay, so they've taken my money, and then what happens? No, then what happens is we're going to put pedal to the metal and listen to start to build your dream, get you on this journey where us, ordinary people, yeah, ordinary people, what we decided was to stop being poor. We decided to stop passing over those opportunities repeatedly. We decided to open our eyes to the signs to realize, well, hold on a second. Yeah, I may have been scammed and duped previously, but guess what? Let me study this for a second. Where am I now? Am I where I want to be? No. Is my bank account where it needs to be? No. Am I building somebody else's legacy? Yes. Okay, this opportunity is here. What do I do? What other option do you have? Right? So if you have no other option and you're seeing it, trust me, it's working because we have a blueprint and success leaves clues. Miss Donna is many people on this line, our mentor, right? And she's bad that legacy. And we are right behind her because you know what? She steps down from the top and pulls us all up with her. But guess what? She ain't doing all that pulling herself. We're helping her as we go up. Why? Because it's 50-50. Tie into your mentor, stick to the culture, and just know we pour into you. As I said in my presentation, you just need that will and that power. Back to you, Misty.
Absolutely. So, how do you get started? What are the qualifications? You do have to be 18 years of age, right? You need a debit or credit card that can make online international purchases. And this is for my international guests tonight. Here in the United States, we don't worry about a lot of the things, unfortunately, that you have to worry about with online international purchases. And you need some type of device. You can start out on your cell phone, but eventually you're going to need an iPad or a laptop. That is it. It takes about 15 minutes to get you in the system, depending on how quickly you type. And then immediately you are going to get your credentials. There's a lot of people out here pretending to be travel agents, but when you say, give me your credentials, they can't give them to you. You will get your agent PIN number associated only to you. You will get your IATA number for all your land and air bookings. You will get your CLIA number for all cruise bookings. You see, because when you register with our suppliers, you need that information so that they know you are a legitimate travel agency owner. So you're going to get that right out of the gate. We're going to plug you in. We're going to start onboarding you, and then we are going to start your training process. There's some self-paced training modules that you'll do. Once you complete that and your onboarding webinar and emails, then we start registering you with suppliers and you can start booking travel. I would also like to say that, this may not be your cup of tea. I turn passions into paychecks. I've owned businesses in malls, brick and mortar stores. I joined this business because I love to travel. But travel, entertainment, the things that we do here may not be what you're interested in. But I hope I opened up your mindset tonight. What does that mean? Whatever your passion is. Are you an amazing chef? Right? Do you make beautiful floral arrangements? Do you do hair? Whatever you do, and you're not earning income from it, I hope that I opened up your mindset tonight to turn that passion into a paycheck. But more importantly, even when you turn that passion into a paycheck, how hard do you have to work, or has somebody already provided you the blueprint that is going to give you a legacy that you can pass down generation to generation? See, I grew up a poor young lady, right? And I used to dream about a lot of things. But did I ever think that another person would say to me, come and help me build? And if you do and get to level of directorship, you're taken care of course, while you're here on earth. But when you leave, I'm going to take care of your family? Absolutely not. Because, I'm a baby boomer, be 68 this year. My mother said, go to school, get a good education, and you're set for life. Those days are over. So that's why we're talking about creating a second source. So whatever that source is, you may not want to do this, but please think about where your talents are. Think about what you want in life. And more importantly, think about the legacy that you will be able to leave for your loved ones. Emma J, are there any questions in the chat box?
There are no questions in the chat box, but after that, all I can say, ladies and gentlemen, listen, a man once said, make a million my way and then make a million yours. All right. And if you've got the blueprint to make, you don't even need a million, but you've got the blueprint to make, right? Are you really going to make it and then still say, oh, let me go and find my way? Of course not, right? So we're simply saying to you, get mad, make a decision. But the biggest message I'd leave tonight, you have had some amazing information. And a lot of you are startled, like a deer in headlights, like, is this for real? Yes, this is happening in your country, right? This is a real opportunity. But what I don't want you to do is hear this. And then you go away and you talk to somebody else. And then you get indecisive. And then you start to get doubts. And then that leads to fear. And then that leads to poof, an opportunity passed. No, I want you to get back to the person who invited you, get on the line with a leader so we can keep that fire burning and get you started on your journey. That's it from me, Misty. It's been an amazing week around the planet. We're growing in leaps and bounds, and we are only going up. As your ringtone says, nothing can stop us. We're on the way up.
That is so true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for spending some time with us tonight. As Emma J said, get back to the person that invited you. Get all of your additional questions answered. And you know what? The next time I see you on this Zoom, I'm going to see you as one of our success partners with guest and not just a guest. And remember, we visit two places, the beach and the bank, the B&B. And we want to see you with us at both places. Have an amazing evening. God bless and good night. Good night, everybody.